Right friends, welcome back to Q&A discussion. Look at the first question. Share buyback is quite frequently in the news, mostly software firms where there is not much scope for expansion. They are going for this share buybacks. Look at the following sentences. The first one is, it reduces the number of shares outstanding for the company. It is absolutely correct. Normally, it is expected that earnings per share will increase because of share buyback. So, both the sentences are correct. Then the next one is, neem coated urea is quite frequently in the news. In fact, last year there was question in civil services preliminary, as government increased the total production of neem coated urea from 35% to 100%. Look at the following sentences. Neem coated urea releases nitrogen slowly, that is the biggest advantage. What happens because of that? It helps the fertility of the soil. Then second point is, neem coating prevents the diversion of urea for industrial use through black market, that is biggest advantage. So, diversion of urea for industrial use is not possible because of neem coating. So, 1 and 2 are correct. It is almost 50% costly in comparison to ordinary urea is absolutely wrong, and here it costs more by around 5% to 10% only. So, 1 and 2 is the right option. Look at the next one. Recently, exoplanet system called TRAPPIST-1 was found. We already deliberated in the lecture. Look at the following sentences. Exoplanets are the planets which revolve around a star other than the sun. This is right sentence. Second one is, these planets were found in the Goldilocks zone of a star. Most important from the scientific community perspective is they are situated in the Goldilocks zone of a star, and Goldilocks zone is the habitable region around the star, just like Earth around the sun. So, Goldilocks zone means it is the habitable region where air and water are available for the microbial life to exist. So, the second sentence is wrong and the first one is correct. Look at the next one. There are disputes coming up quite often with regard to sharing of river waters. Which of the following is incorrectly matched? Here you see Mahadayi river. Mahadayi river, other name is Mandavi in Goa. Please don't forget. And here Mahadayi river waters is the dispute between Karnataka and Goa, and please don't forget Mahadayi or Mandavi river waters are to be shared among 3 states, Karnataka, Maharashtra and Goa. Second one is Palar river. Palar river dispute is between Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Please don't forget, between Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. So, here the incorrect option is B. Please correct it. Mullaperiyar, all of you are familiar with this, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Then Kaveri, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Look at the next one. Convention on certain conventional weapons. There is one conventional weapons convention. This prohibits incendiary weapons only in civilian areas. This is correct. So, here convention on convention weapons prohibits incendiary weapons only in civilian areas, absolutely correct. And incendiary weapons are nothing but fire bombs, and chemical weapons are categorized as weapons of mass destruction. Chemical weapons are just like biological weapons, just like nuclear weapons. They are categorized as weapons of mass destruction, and as per Chemical Weapons Convention entered into force in 1997, destroying all the chemical weapons under international verification is the main goal. So, all 1 to 3 is correct. So, here the point to note is conventional weapons like incendiary weapons, they are banned only in civilian areas, but there is total prohibition on chemical weapons as well as biological weapons. Look into the next one. Unicorn is quite often in the business circles. People talk about unicorn company, blue chip companies, unicorn companies, and what is the meaning of this unicorn company? Unicorn company is the meaning is, it is the private limited company. It is the private limited company, normally tech related, which came up during the past few years but at present its market valuation is $1 billion. This is very important. So, the unicorn company is private limited company, tech related, which upgraded from the startup and with the market valuation of $1 billion. So, these are the traits of unicorn company. Compulsory licensing is in the news quite often. Look at the following sentences. It can be granted as per Indian Patents Act. Absolutely correct. It can be granted under Indian Patents Act. Compulsory licensing can be granted after the expiry of 3 years of the grant of patent, when the patent is not serving the intended purpose, when the patented product is not available to the masses, then the government can take a decision with regard to compulsory licensing. It can be granted after the expiry of 3 years of the grant of patent. Third one is, this is not mentioned in TRIPS agreement of WTO. Absolutely wrong. It is as per TRIPS agreement of WTO. So, third one is wrong. 1 and 2 is correct. Look at the next one. Look at the following islands. One is Spratly Island. Second one is Paracel Islands. Spratly and Paracel are situated in South China Sea. Then if somebody is talking about Senkaku Islands, Senkaku Islands, other name is Diaoyu Islands. These islands are the bone of contention between China and Japan. So, these islands are bone of contention between China and Japan, and these are situated in East China Sea, and Kuril Islands are in Pacific Ocean. These are bone of contention between Japan and Russia, please understand. So, Senkaku, bone of contention between China and Japan. Then Kuril Islands, some of the islands are disputed between Japan and Russia. These are in Pacific Ocean. So, here South China Sea, Spratly and Paracels. Look at the next one. Identify the incorrect statement. We discussed several times. Hambantota port is in Sri Lanka. Then Kaladan. Kaladan port is in Myanmar, not in Bangladesh. Chittagong is in Bangladesh. Kaladan port, it is a part of Kaladan multimodal transport. So, Kaladan port is in Myanmar. Gwadar, of course, Pakistan, all of you are familiar with. Then the Rotterdam port is in Netherlands. So, Kaladan is the wrong option. So, Kaladan is in Myanmar, please do not forget. Which of the following is incorrectly matched? Kalvari. Kalvari is the Scorpion class of submarine. Kalvari is the Scorpion class of submarine, please do not forget. And remaining things also very important. Swati is weapon locating radar. Swati is weapon locating radar. It can locate the weapons adjacent to the line of control or international border between India and Pakistan. So, Rustum is unmanned aerial combat vehicle. Unmanned aerial combat vehicle is Rustum. Then Pinaka is multi-barrel rocket launcher. So, these things do not forget. Kalvari is a Scorpion class of submarine. Total 6 are going to be built in our country. Right. Look at the next one. Recently, National Family Health Survey 4 statistics were released, and look at the following sentences. Kerala stood in the forefront in reducing infant mortality rate. And most important aspect is Kerala's infant mortality rate came to 6. It is compatible with Western countries. And if you look at India as a whole, if I am not wrong, the infant mortality rate is 41, whereas in Kerala it is just 6, and it is comparable to Western countries. Second point is, there was almost doubling of institutional deliveries of births. Another important aspect as per National Family Health Survey is there was doubling of institutional births. Institutional births increased from 39% to 79%. So, institutional births doubled. So, here both are correct. So, certain important aspects of National Family Health Survey 4, please do not forget. Agriculture Ministry banned 6 farm products from Vietnam, including coffee and pepper, on concerns over phytosanitary issues. What is the meaning of phytosanitary issue? Here the first option, money laundering, absolutely wrong. Pertaining to under invoicing of imports, over invoicing of exports, absolutely wrong. It is with regard to the presence of genetically modified organisms, absolutely wrong. This is the right option. So, please understand the meaning of phytosanitary issues are with regard to the presence of harmful pests and plant diseases in the exported products. When we import agricultural products from some other country, it may contain harmful pests and plant diseases which may spread in our country. So, these issues are known as phytosanitary issues. Look into the next one. Government declared 56,825 square kilometers in Western Ghats as ecologically sensitive area. Look at the following sentences. It spans across 6 states. Absolutely correct. Madhav Gadgil committee recommended statutory authority, but government has not gone ahead on that. In fact, Madhav Gadgil committee was quite stringent. Subsequently, it was diluted by Kasturi Rangan committee. Subsequently, government further diluted while issuing the ecologically sensitive area framework recently. Madhav Gadgil committee recommended statutory authority, that is Western Ghats Ecological Authority. And third point is, Kasturi Rangan committee has reduced to about 37% of Western Ghats as ecologically sensitive area, and government now notified even lesser than that. So, all three are correct. Then the next one is Maori tribes. This is in the news in recent times because of special protection given to them in Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement. That is one part. And the second part is their fight for the legal status for a particular river became a reality when Wanganui River was declared as legal entity. And incidentally, don't forget, in our country also Ganga and Yamuna were declared as living persons by Uttarakhand High Court. That is one part, please keep it aside. We are talking about Maori tribes. Here two important aspects. Maori tribes were given special status in Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement to protect their rights. Second important point is the river which is famous for Maori tribes, that is a Wanganui River, that was declared as a legal entity. So, the country we are talking about is New Zealand because of these two reasons. Researchers from Netherlands have invented high-speed Wi-Fi. High-speed Wi-Fi was invented, and look into the sentences one by one. It uses infrared rays, absolutely correct. It is around 100 times faster than present Wi-Fi, absolutely correct. And here one important beauty of this experiment is sharing of Wi-Fi is not required. In the present system, we are sharing Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi sharing is not required, as each device can access at different wavelength of infrared light. So, each device can access at different wavelength of infrared light. Because of these reasons, these infrared rays may become famous in future once they become reality. So, all three are correct. One is it uses infrared rays around 100 times faster than present Wi-Fi. Sharing is not required, as each device can access at different wavelength of infrared light. Collapse of two cliffs occurred at two locations on Comet 67P, and that were probably driven by exposure to sunlight. Because of exposure to sunlight, collapse of two cliffs occurred at two locations. Name the experiment which is associated with exploration of Comet 67P. Here the answer is Rosetta mission. Rosetta mission is for exploration of Comet 67P. Look at the following, which of the above is or correct? Tawang. Tawang is in Arunachal Pradesh. It came into the news several times in recent times. Then Moreh. Moreh is in Manipur, not in Mizoram. Manipur, please don't forget, this Moreh has got important because of the trilateral highway. The trilateral highway connecting India through Myanmar to Thailand. So, that is going to take off from Moreh. Moreh is in Manipur, not in Mizoram. Then Akhaura. Akhaura is into the news because of railway line between Agartala, Akhaura. Akhaura is in Bangladesh. So, because of this, one is only correct. Look at the next one. Kaladan multimodal transit transport project is into the news, and it connects, easy connection you can say, from Calcutta right up to Mizoram. Kaladan river will be used, and here which type of the following transportation is involved in the project? Here it involves sea transport from Calcutta in this Kaladan multimodal transit transport project. In fact, sea transport, that is from Calcutta right up to the mouth of Kaladan river, and subsequently it will have river transport, subsequently it will have road transport. So, to reach Mizoram, it will involve all three types of transports. That is important point here. Which of the following hydroelectric projects or proposed hydroelectric projects are not on river Chenab? And Chenab is into the news, Jhelum is into the news because of the Jammu and Kashmir issue in recent times, and the Indus River Water Agreement is also in focus this year. Because of all these things, please do not forget Chenab river. Chenab river, when you look at Chenab, Ratle and Baglihar, Ratle and Baglihar, these two projects are on Chenab river, and these two projects are on Chenab river in Jammu and Kashmir. Seli is also on river Chenab. It is also the run of the river hydroelectric project, but it is not in Jammu and Kashmir. Please look for the state. And Kishan Ganga is not on river Chenab. Kishan Ganga is on Kishan Ganga river, which is the tributary of Jhelum, and Wular barrage is also into the news, that is on Jhelum river. So, please do not forget Ratle and Baglihar, these two are in Jammu and Kashmir, they are on river Chenab, and at the same time Wular barrage is on river Jhelum, it is also in Jammu and Kashmir. Kishan Ganga is on Kishan Ganga river, which is a tributary of Jhelum, this is also in Jammu and Kashmir. So, these are very important because these are the issues which are in the news during the current year. Methyl bromide is in the news recently. It is normally used as, the fumigant. Please do not forget methyl bromide, it is into the news, which is used as a fumigant, and it came into the news because some countries banned this methyl bromide, right. So, this is the last question. So, with this we conclude today's Q&A discussion. Tomorrow please join at 11 o'clock. We are going to deliberate on various geographical issues with maps followed by 20 questions. Right friends, have a nice day. Thank you.